There is something extremely significant inside the July 2026 Visa Bulletin that numerous green card applicants may not detect initially. On the surface, it appears like another monthly update with dates, categories, charts, and figures. But when you examine closely, this bulletin is actually conveying two entirely different narratives. For some applicants, this update delivers movement, relief, and a small but meaningful step forward. For others, particularly in certain employment-based categories, this bulletin delivers a serious caution. Your category may not merely be slow, it may be temporarily unavailable. And this is where numerous people commit a significant error. They hear somebody mention, Visa Bulletin moved forward, and they instantly assume their case is progressing. But the reality is your outcome depends on your precise category, your country of chargeability, your priority date, and whether you are examining the final action dates chart or the dates for filing chart. One family category may advance forward while another employment category may completely shut down for the remainder of the fiscal year. So, before you celebrate or before you panic, you must comprehend exactly where your case stands. In today's video, Timothy is going to dissect the July 2026 Visa Bulletin in a very straightforward manner. We will discuss which categories receive the positive impact, which categories receive the negative impact, and which applicants need to be exceptionally cautious before assuming anything. We will examine family-based cases, employment-based cases, India, China, Mexico, the Philippines, and even DV lottery applicants because this bulletin is not solely about movement. It is additionally about signals for the upcoming few months. But here is the element that makes this bulletin so significant. The government is not merely advancing dates, it is additionally issuing warnings. Some categories advanced forward, some remained stable, some retrogressed, and some became unavailable. That signifies this is not merely a routine monthly update. This is an indication of pressure near the conclusion of the fiscal year. So remain with Timothy until the conclusion, because one small word in this bulletin, the letter U, could entirely alter what an applicant should anticipate next. Let us begin with the most critical thing. The July 2026 Visa Bulletin is not uniformly good or uniformly bad for everyone. If you are in a family-sponsored category, particularly F1, F2B, F3, or F4, there is some positive movement. It may not be dramatic and it may not resolve the entire backlog, but in the realm of immigration, even a few months of movement can carry weight. It can signify that some applicants are now nearer to document processing, nearer to interview scheduling, or nearer to final action. But do not relax yet, because the employment-based side is where the genuine shock emerges. While some employment categories advanced forward, India EB2 became unavailable. India EB5 unreserved additionally became unavailable. India EB1 moved backward. That signifies if you are only watching the headline and not verifying the precise category, you could entirely misinterpret this bulletin. And in a few moments, Timothy will clarify why this matters even for individuals whose dates did not change. First, let us discuss the family-based side. In the F1 category, which covers unmarried sons and daughters of U.S. citizens, there is positive movement for numerous applicants for all chargeability areas except those listed, and additionally for China and India. The final action date advanced from September 1st, 2017 in June to February 1st, 2018 in July. That is a meaningful forward advancement, particularly for individuals who have been waiting for years and monitoring the bulletin month after month with no significant hope. Now, here is the loop you must keep in mind. Family movement may appear small on paper, but when your priority date is close, even a few months can be the distinction between waiting and progressing forward. So, if you are in F1, do not merely listen to general updates. Retrieve your priority date and compare it carefully. The F2A category, which encompasses spouses and unmarried children under 21 of green card holders, remains a category that numerous people monitor closely because it impacts families who are attempting to reunite. In July, F2A final action dates did not deliver a dramatic new change compared with June for most listed areas. For numerous individuals, the larger point is that F2A can be confusing because people frequently hear spouse of green card holder and presume it is always fast. But the bulletin can shift, and the chart you utilize matters. And here's the next significant point. Do not confuse being eligible for a petition with being able to obtain a green card immediately. Those are two separate stages. A petition can be approved, but visa availability still depends on the bulletin. This is where numerous people become disappointed because they believe approval signifies the wait is concluded. Now let us proceed to F2B, which covers unmarried sons and daughters age 21 or older of lawful permanent residence. This category witnessed forward movement for several applicants for all chargeability areas, except those listed and additionally China and India. The final action date advanced from September 22nd, 2017 to November 22nd, 2017. For the Philippines, it advanced from April 8th, 2013 to May 15th, 2013. Again, this is not a massive leap, but it is movement in the correct direction. But continue watching because the broader picture is not solely which dates advanced forward. The genuine question is, why are some family dates progressing while some employment categories are freezing or closing? That contrast is what makes July's bulletin significant. The F3 category, married sons and daughters of U.S. citizens, additionally displays positive movement. For all chargeability areas except those listed, China and India, the date advanced from February 15th, 2012 to April 15th, 2012. Mexico advanced from May 1st, 2001 to June 1st, 2001. And the Philippines advanced from November 22nd, 2005 to February 22nd, 2006. For families waiting in this category, this is a positive signal, but it still reveals how deep the backlog remains. And that brings us to a very significant caution. Forward movement does not signify the backlog has vanished. It only signifies the line has advanced. So, if your case is still not current, this update is positive, but it does not automatically signify immediate approval. Now, let us examine F4. Brothers and sisters of adult U.S. citizens, this category is typically one of the slowest family categories, and numerous people wait for a very extended period. In July, there is movement for several areas. For all chargeability areas except those listed, and China, the final action date advanced from November 8th, 2008 to January 1st, 2009. For the Philippines, it advanced from July 15th, 2007 to August 1st, 2007. This is positive, but it additionally demonstrates that F4 remains a lengthy waiting category. So, family applicants should comprehend this clearly. July 2026 is generally a positive bulletin for several family-sponsored categories, but it is not a miracle bulletin. It delivers movement, not a complete solution. And if you are in a family category, the most critical thing is to verify your precise category, precise country, precise priority date, and the chart that applies to your circumstance. Now let us transition to the employment-based side because this is where the bulletin becomes considerably more serious. EB1 is typically considered a strong category because it encompasses priority workers, extraordinary ability applicants, outstanding professors and researchers, and multinational executives or managers. But in July, India EB1 moved backward. In June, India EB1 was December 15th, 2022. In July, it became October 15th, 2022. That is retrogression. And this is where the narrative shifts. Retrogression signifies the line moved backward, so someone who felt close in June may suddenly feel farther away in July. This is not because their case became weaker. It is because visa number demand and annual limits are controlling the chart. But do not miss this following part. The Department of State additionally cautioned that further retrogression, or even unavailability, could be necessary if demand continues and limits are reached. That signifies India EB1. Applicants should not treat this as merely a 2-month movement. They should treat it as a warning indicator for the remainder of the fiscal year. Now let us discuss EB2 India, because this is one of the most significant negative updates in the July bulletin. EB2 India is now listed as unavailable. In straightforward language, that signifies visa numbers are not authorized for issuance in that category for the remainder of fiscal year 2026. This is not merely a slow movement. This is not merely a minor retrogression. This is a category becoming unavailable because the limit has been reached for applicants. This can feel tremendously frustrating. You may possess an approved I-140. You may have been waiting for years. You may have monitored the bulletin every month. But when a category becomes unavailable, final approval cannot progress forward until visa numbers become available again. That is why the word U is so powerful in the Visa Bulletin. Here is the loop you must remember. Sometimes the most significant update is not a date. Sometimes the most significant update is one letter. In July for India EB2, that letter is U. Now what about EB2 China? EB2 China remains at September 1st, 2021 in the final action dates chart. But the bulletin cautions that demand may require retrogression or unavailability in the approaching months. That signifies China EB2 applicants should not disregard this bulletin, merely because their date did not become unavailable in July. A warning in the bulletin can carry weight because it communicates where pressure is accumulating. This is why Timothy always emphasizes do not only examine the chart, read the notes beneath the chart. Numerous people skip the notes, but the notes frequently explain what could occur next. In July, the notes are equally as significant as the dates. Now, let us proceed to EB3, and here the picture is more positive. EB3 for all chargeability areas except those listed advanced from June 1st, 2024 to August 1st, 2024. China EB3 advanced from August 1st, 2021 to December 22nd, 2021. India EB3 advanced from December 15th, 2013 to January 1st, 2014. Mexico advanced from June 1st, 2024 to August 1st, 2024. The Philippines remained at August 1st, 2023. So EB3 is one of the better narratives in this bulletin, particularly for China and all chargeability areas. But again, the improvement is not identical for everyone. India EB3 advanced only slightly while China witnessed a stronger leap. That is why general headlines can be deceptive. One individual may witness relief while another individual in the same broad employment system may still be stuck. And here's the retention point. EB3 appears positive in July, but the bulletin additionally cautions about the Philippines' EB3 category. Increased demand may require retrogression or unavailability in approaching months. So even when a category appears stable, the government may already be cautioning that pressure is accumulating. Now let us discuss other workers. This category additionally had some movement. For all chargeability areas except those listed, it advanced from February 1st, 2022 to March 1st, 2022. India advanced from December 15th, 2013 to January 1st, 2014. Mexico advanced from February 1st, 2022 to March 1st, 2022. The Philippines advanced from November 1st, 2021 to December 1st, 2021. China remained at April 1st, 2019. So there is some forward movement, but again, it is uneven. This is significant for workers and employers because employment-based immigration is not solely about submitting a petition. It is additionally about timing visa availability and whether the applicant can actually transition to the next stage. If your category advances forward, that may be beneficial. If your category becomes unavailable, everything shifts. Now, let us proceed to EB4 and certain religious workers. In July, these categories advanced forward from July 15th, 2022 to September 15th, 2022 across listed areas. That is a positive 2-month advancement for applicants in these categories. This is one of the cleaner positive updates in the July bulletin. It does not eliminate the backlog, but it does advance the line forward. But once again, here is the broader lesson. A positive advancement today does not guarantee positive advancement next month. The bulletin is perpetually controlled by demand, annual limits, per-country limits, and category limits. That is why applicants should review the bulletin every single month instead of presuming July's advancement will continue in August. Now we arrive at EB5, and this is where the update is mixed. EB5 unreserved for China advanced forward from September 22nd, 2016 to December 1st, 2016. That is positive for China. EB5 unreserved applicants, but India EB5 unreserved became unavailable. This is a major negative update for Indian investors in the unreserved EB5 category, and this is extremely significant. EB5 possesses reserved and unreserved categories. The July Bulletin displays India EB5 unreserved as unavailable, but the EB5 set-aside categories, rural high unemployment and infrastructure, remain current in the chart. So applicants should not combine all EB5 cases together. The precise EB5 category matters. This is another loop for the viewer. Two applicants may both declare I am EB5, but one may be in an unreserved line and another may be in a reserved set-aside line. Their outcomes may be entirely different. That is why you cannot evaluate your case solely by the name EB5. Now, let us address DV lottery applicants for a moment. The July Bulletin additionally includes DV 2026 cutoff numbers, and it clearly reminds applicants that DV 2026 eligibility concludes on September 30th, 2026. It additionally cautions that visa availability through the conclusion of the fiscal year cannot be taken for granted because numbers could be exhausted before September 30th. That signifies DV applicants should not delay if their number is current and they are documentarily prepared. This is a very significant practical point. DV cases are time-sensitive. If the fiscal year concludes, the opportunity does not simply carry over into the following year. So, for DV 2026 applicants, the July Bulletin is not merely about numbers, it is about urgency, timing, and ensuring every required step is managed properly. Now, let us consolidate everything together. Who received the positive impact from the July 2026 Visa Bulletin? Numerous family-sponsored applicants witnessed forward movement, particularly in F1, F2B, F3, and F4. EB3 additionally delivered positive movement for several countries, particularly China and all chargeability areas except those listed. EB4 and certain religious workers additionally advanced forward. EB5, China unreserved advanced forward. These are the positive areas, but who received the negative impact? India EB2 received one of the most difficult updates because the category became unavailable. India EB5 unreserved additionally became unavailable. India EB1 retrogressed and categories like EB2 China and EB3 Philippines received warning language about possible future retrogression or unavailability. That signifies even if you are not directly impacted today, you should still pay attention, and here is the most significant message of this entire video. The July 2026 Visa Bulletin is not a straightforward good news or bad news update. It is a divided bulletin. Family applicants may witness hope. Some employment applicants may witness progress, but certain Indian employment-based applicants are witnessing serious delays and temporary shutdowns due to visa number limits. So what should you do now? First, retrieve your priority date. Second, verify your precise category. Third, verify your country of chargeability. Fourth, verify whether you are examining the final action dates chart or the dates for filing chart. And if you are filing adjustment of status inside the United States, always verify the USCIS monthly chart guidance because that determines which chart can be utilized for filing in that month. Do not make decisions based solely on YouTube headlines, Facebook posts, or WhatsApp messages. The Visa Bulletin is technical and one incorrect assumption can generate confusion. Your case may be better than you believe, or it may be more delayed than you anticipated. The sole way to know is to compare your details with the official chart. And remember, this video from US Updates Hub is for general immigration information only. It is not legal advice. Every case is different. And if your case is close to becoming current, if your category became unavailable, or if you are confused about filing or approval timing, speak with a licensed immigration attorney before taking action. If this update helped you comprehend the July 2026 Visa Bulletin, subscribe to US Updates Hub, like this video, and comment your category below. F1, F2A, F2B, F3, F4, EB1, EB2, EB3, EB4, EB5, or DV. Timothy will continue dissecting these updates in straightforward language so you can comprehend what is occurring, who is progressing forward, and who needs to be cautious. Thanks for watching. US Updates Hub and Timothy will see you in the next immigration update. YouTube safety disclaimer. This video was created solely for educational and informational purposes by US Updates Hub, hosted by Timothy. Nothing in this video should be interpreted as legal, immigration, or professional advice. Visa Bulletin dates and movement patterns discussed are based on publicly available information from the U.S. Department of State and USCIS. Individual immigration cases vary significantly, and outcomes depend on numerous factors including category, country of chargeability, priority date, and individual eligibility. Always consult a licensed immigration attorney before making any decisions about your immigration case. For official and confirmed Visa Bulletin dates, always refer to the U.S. Department of State website at travel.state.gov. For filing chart guidance, always check USCIS.gov. U.S. Updates Hub and Timothy bear no responsibility for actions taken based on this content. Viewer discretion is advised.